It's Nasser, aka the Real Estate Guru, and today we're shooting from my house. I'm currently in my office. I just moved in this month. Things been hectic the last 30 days with my lease at the apartment and getting in this house. I've been paying on this house since January. I had to use a creative transaction to get into this property. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, full-time wholesaler, so I don't qualify for traditional bank financing, so I have to do things creatively. And you see, I got my whiteboard paint. I use the Idea Paint. You go to ideapaint.com and you can actually paint out like a whiteboard in your house. But I'm not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about wholesaling. People who want to get into wholesaling, people who are on the sidelines, just want to know more about it. People who want to get into doing more deals per month. People who want to do deals consistently. But I just want to talk to you about one of the main important strategies that we must do. We are in the sales, marketing, and negotiation business. Please remember that the sales, marketing, negotiation business. That's essential to every business, but that's basically what we do as real estate investors. And as wholesalers, we have a service that we offer that is needed in the market because everybody cannot sell their house traditionally. Some people cannot do that. Some people have situations where they need to sell fast, and it's various reasons on why our service is needed and how we help the marketplace. Not everybody has cash to, make the neighborhood look more beautiful and fix up the house, make it look better, and bring up property values for the neighborhood and things like that. So with that being said, a lot of gurus talk about when you do a mailing, your phone start ringing, you get a deal, boom, bow, pow, yeah, good to the closing table. But just to let you know, it usually doesn't happen like that. It does happen like that. Sometimes you call, first initial contact, you got that lead. From getting that lead, you're meeting the next day, you're getting the contract that day or the day after. Sometimes it does happen like that. Majority of the time, it does not happen like that. It's a lot of phone calls in between. Just for example, I got a call in January. This house that I was easily going to make 10 grand on. Easily. This lady strung me through. I'm sending contracts and everything to about 2 weeks ago when she finally told me I decided that she inherited the house, but she's like, hey, look, I decided to give the house to my brother. That's what happened. So she finally told me that after me following up with her with January. But let's look at the board. Life is about fighting for your territory. Life is about fighting for your territory. The moment you stop fighting for what you want, you will get less than what you settle for. So, for example, I've been in situations in my life whereas I didn't go after what I want. I didn't fight for what I want, and then I end up getting less than what I actually deserved. And then I had to fight my way out of that because there was no way I was going to settle for that. And I know some of us can relate to those situations. Now how does this apply to your real estate business? Because we live off the deal. As a wholesaler, you're only good as your last deal. As a rehab, you're only good as your last deal. So with that being said, we have to do two very important things. We have to be consistent, and we have to do follow-up with these leads. So the consistency comes in your marketing. You have to be consistent with your marketing, constantly getting leads in. Now, once you get that first initial contact, everybody's not going to be motivated. So I don't, me personally, I don't store all my leads in my CRM software, customer relationship management. I store the people that have a situation where they might need my services in the future, and from there I follow up. I spoke with a lady in November. This is a current true story. In November, this is a recent one. In November, I locked up her house under contract 2 weeks ago. I've been calling her since every month since November about it, and then she was finally ready to finally ready to utilize me and do my services. That one should close this month or early next month, netting me around $5,000 or so. And I do have somebody to deal, so I probably had to split it with them as well. So that deal around 5 grand, but I had to follow up since November for that particular lead. And that's a constant thing. That's where majority of your business is going to come up through your follow up. Another deal, I'm waiting to get a survey. I spoke with this guy last year, maybe the beginning of around May of last year, in reference to some properties in a very desirable area. Very desirable area. And what I've been doing, just calling them once. He'll tell me, hey, just check with me in 2 months. I'll check with him in 2 months. Call me in 3 months. I just set myself reminders in my CRM software. So from there, finally, now this is May of 2014. I spoke in May of 2013 or so. Finally, he said, hey, look, I'm going to send you some information. We need to go forward, and we're going to look forward to sitting down. But we're finally making progress. I don't have a contract yet, but we're finally making progress. I threw him out a soft offer last year. He said, hey, look, that'll work. And so we're finally making progress. But that's how things work. It's follow-up. A lot of business is follow-up. So it's good that you're very consistent in leads, so you're constantly getting new leads, and you're following up with old leads. That's extremely important to remaining a successful wholesaler. One of the reasons why I am able to remain full-time and do well is I do a lot of joint venture stuff, which is a blessing. But that's another way, the JV, but that's not today's topic. Today's consistency and follow-up. So you have to be consistent with your marketing, and you have to constantly follow up. Just constantly. You gotta follow up with your leads. Some people are going to be ready in 30 days. Some people are going to be ready in 60. Some 90, 120, 180. Sometimes this scenario a year. And that's just the way it is. Sometimes you just work deals that long. And you have to be willing to do that. You have to fight for your territory. You got to fight for your deals. You got to be willing to do things that everybody else doesn't do. Majority of people that are wholesaling, or whatever the case may be, they're not consistent, and they're not follow up. And I'm talking, that's the majority of wholesalers that you're going to see in your city. In my city, you call some of these signs, you'll be lucky to get a call back for some of these so-called wholesalers. So if you're willing to be consistent, and if you're willing to follow up, you're gonna put yourself further ahead than a lot of other investors in your local market. Whew. So that's all I have to say. I hope you got something from the tip. As always, make sure you go to my blog, www.realestateguru.com. Make sure you opt in. So I'm going to send you the contract and assignment that I use. That's going to be very helpful for your business. And also, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I wish you much success in your life and in your business. Thank you for tuning in.